Thanks for tuning in to Chats with Your Self-Worth BFF. This is your host, Mikaela Filar, where we are here to skyrocket your self-worth, heal your shit, and take your power back. Welcome to the chat. Hi, guys. Welcome back to Chats with Your Self-Worth BFF. It's your host, Mikaela Filar. Oh my goodness, do I have an episode for you today? I know this isn't coming out on Tuesday. It's coming out on Wednesday, but hey, we're here. We're live. I'm excited. I'm going to be today all up my weekend and how everything came into fruition. It's actually insane. So, what we've got going on, let's just take this back. Let's start this off by saying that this past weekend, I've been in Park City, Utah since Thursday until I just got back literally, I don't know, 3 hours ago. I had a mentorship student session. Like, I just got off the phone with her, and then I was like, I have to record this podcast while it's still fresh in my mind. So here we are. So I've been in Utah, Park City. I did not plan on being in Park City this weekend. I really wanted to be because my intuitive mentor was hosting a retreat and all the spots were filled, and I didn't think that I was going to get to go. And then she last minute reached out to me literally on Tuesday and was like, hey, Mikaela, like, I know you wanted to go. Like, we have a spot open. Somebody like pulled out. Like, if you want to go, it's yours. Here are the details, blah, blah. And I was like, shut up. Like, I'm in. I'll be there. Like, no questions asked. I'm in. Let's freaking do this. Let's go. She knew. She literally texted me at like, it was probably 9 o'clock. And sorry, my internet's being janky. What's new? The reflections are reflectioning. Okay, I digress. So she probably texted me at like 9:30 her time, and my higher self will not stop screaming at me to reach out to you because you need to be at this retreat. And I was like, yeah, I'm in. Anyways, she's like, I knew you would be in for like this last minute thing. Anyway, one. I'm looking for flights. I find a flight nonstop. All the other flights that I was like looking at first had like stops in the middle, and there were like 8-hour travel days. And I was like, absolutely not. That's insane. Found a flight, and it was nonstop, and I booked it right then and there. And I left 2 days later for this retreat. And you guys, the shifts that I've had over the last weekend, the realizations that I've come to, the trauma that I've healed, that I've realized needed to be healed, the emotions that I let out of my body that I am now detoxing, like, it's wild. It's been such an incredible trip, and I have loved every second of it. And I also feel like I've been gone for a year. And I feel like the amount of things that I have come to realization to and shifted and healed uh, in the last 3 days is it would have taken me so much longer had I not been there in person, or had I not uh, just done. It's the same thing with like mentorship. You get into mentorship because you want to quantum leap your life. You want to do things in a shorter amount of time than it would take you if you were to do them alone, right? Like, just because I'm a healer, just because I'm an intuitive, like, doesn't mean that I don't have my own problems, doesn't mean I don't have my own shit, right? Like, I'm still a human. I'm still living this human experience, right? And so, and yeah, I do experience things, and I do experience reflections. And the difference between who I am now and who I used to be is that I know I now have the tools to work through these reflections. I now know what I need to do in order to like let my emotions run through my body and neutralize you guys. Okay, so Thursday day at the airport, and she's like, "Oh, I forgot to tell you, like, just a reminder to like everyone in the group chat. We all have like this little group chat on Instagram that I want everyone to think of like an intention to like what we're going to be focusing on this weekend." We're like, "Okay, cool." I had no idea what I was going to focus on. I was just like in my head, I'm like, "My pretty great." Like I truly don't really know, but like there's just also this feeling that I had within me that like I didn't really know how to put into words. Like I knew something was bothering me, but I didn't know how to put it into words, right? And so that is what I kind of went into this retreat with. I was like, I'm going to tell Allie that, and that's my intuitive mentor's name, and she's going to be able to like pinpoint what it is. She's going to be able to put my feelings into words for me. So who knows how long that would have taken had I not been there in person with her, right? Or had I not gone through mentorship with her, right? That's how you quantum leap. If you want to quantum leap, you work with a closed capacity, period, end of story. With that being said, we get there, it's day one, we're not even an hour into the retreat, and we are already balls deep into like our biggest obstacle, right? And so everyone's going around the room, sharing their biggest obstacle, sharing what they think is their, quote unquote, the bane of their existence. And I'm up next and I'm like, I think I'm worried about like self sabotaging because like everything in my life feels really good. And I'm just kind of like waiting for the other shoe to drop, but I don't know why because like I also don't feel like that. And I say that out loud and like that doesn't sound right to me. And she's like, okay, hold on. And she sits there and she's channeling it for me. And she goes, it's the fact that you have gotten so incredible at neutralizing everything in your life. And I'll explain what that means. That you are really struggling with feeling at peace. And I'm like, oh my God, yes, that is it. I am struggling with feeling worthy of being at peace. You guys, how crazy is that? But the thing is like, I'm sure a lot of us, if you guys were to have, the tools, or if you do have the tools and you do feel this way, that like when you did start to feel this way, that you were kind of like, what the fuck? Because that's what's happening in my body. My body is like, what the fuck is this feeling? I am not used to feeling at peace. My body is used to being in fight or flight and constantly being like, okay, what's going to happen next? What's going to happen next? What's going to happen next? Waiting for that chemical release, that chemical cocktail to release in my body that it's like gotten addicted to. And that's what my body is used to. So now that I've gotten really good at neutralizing things and feeling through my emotions and letting them just like flow as opposed to bottling them all up and all that good stuff, that I now feel at peace. And my ego is like, I don't I don't understand what this feeling is. Can we go back to the old way? Because like I'm uncomfortable, right? Our ego doesn't like being uncomfortable. But the thing is that nothing good happens in your comfort zone. Uncomfortable, uncomfy. um, so I had to sit with that. The fact that I am worthy of being at peace. I am worthy of being at peace. How many of us desire to be at peace? How did I get here? A lot of work, a lot of healing, a lot of sitting with my emotions, a lot of learning how to process my emotions without feeling any type of way about it. With all of the work that I've been doing over the last years, right? And I've learned what does she mean by I've learned how to neutralize things go so well? She said, gold star. I was so proud. Um, anyways, how I've neutralized, what I mean by that is everything on earth, in this universe is neutral. There is no such thing as good or bad. Everything is neutral. It's just how you perceive it. Everything has an equal amount of good and bad, bad and good. Yin, yang, hot, cold, spicy, mild, right? Like everything has an opposite. Like let's say that you go through some sort of traumatic experience, or maybe something in your life isn't working out exactly the way that you had hoped that it would go out or work out. And then, you zoom out and you think of the big picture of the lessons that you learned from that traumatic experience, the people that you met because of that traumatic, the people who you connected with because of that, the people who you've helped because of that experience, right? Full amount of good and bad, bad and good. It's just your perception of it. So, what I've gotten really fucking good at is how to neutralize things in my body and in my life. If I ever find myself spiraling and think like, oh my gosh, this, and fixating on something that's like so, so bad, I stop myself and I'm like, okay, feel the feelings, like my feelings are valid. And where's the good in this? And the same thing goes for things that are really, really good, right? If I see things that are really, really good in my life, I'm like, okay, how can I neutralize this? Take it off of the pedestal, because nothing is better than me. Nothing is worse than me. Everything is neutral. Everything is in balance. So how can I take this thing or this circumstance or this person off of a pedestal and understand that there is an equal amount of bad to the good, right? So that is what I mean when I say I've gotten really, really good at neutralizing things, and that I am just at peace. So I've come to the conclusion that I am worthy of feeling at peace, and so are you, no matter what the circumstances are of your life. And it's been such an incredible shift and incredible feeling. So I'll give you a big shifts from this retreat that I had. We had this incredible uh like dance workshop where we all were in a room, and the lights were dimmed and the music was really loud, and we went through all of our emotions. So like angry, sad, happy, um, grateful. And then the last one was like stepping into our highest self, right? Like how would that highest version of ourselves show up, right? All through music, because what is that doing? And we're dancing, it's taking action. We had already previously worked through the thoughts and the beliefs, and now we were doing the doing part, the action part, which is so important when you're manifesting. So we were sitting there and we're dancing and we're letting these emotions come out. And you guys, when I tell you, just all the emotion, all of the feeling that was so good that just flowed through my body. Like you, the way that emotions work, if we have them pent up inside and like just in like they're just stuck inside us forever and we don't acknowledge them, we don't let them flow, they're just stagnant in there and they're just stuck in there. And so we have to find ways to let them flow, let them release. And one of the ways that I found really helped me, really are beneficial from this, we loved to dance when I was a kid. Why did I stop? Because I got older and I decided I wasn't good at it. Like, what? No. So I danced this past weekend, and I'm dancing this upcoming weekend to a heels dance class. I'll keep you posted on that. But bottom line here is somatic practices, dance, breath work, meditation, um, things like that, like so important to get your emotions just releasing from your body, right? Detoxing from your body. We can do the mental work. We can do um, the speaking, but if we're not also releasing those emotions that are stuck inside of us through somatic practices, they're going to stay inside of us. Okay. So during that last dance, or what this, not the second to last dance, gratitude, right? It was the theme was gratitude. The song was this spiritual song, which everything else was a pop song. It was pretty hilarious. And we had so much freaking fun. But this second to last song was gratitude. And you guys, I cried like a baby. My mascara, I don't know why I put it on my face. It was running down my face. I had mascara on my white, cute sweatsuit that I had packed. Like, I was kind of bummed, but it's okay because it's organic and clean and it'll come out. It's not waterproof, so it'll come out, I hope. Bleach, if not, right? Last resort. So what I came to the conclusion of, and what I channeled for myself during that song, during that time, was that I need to be more appreciative of myself and all that I have done and persevered in my life. I need to dance more. It's like a really big way that I release pent up emotion, right? So, what is a good way for you to have a release? Maybe it's dance too. Maybe it's breath work. Maybe it's, for me, honestly, it's like all of these practices are so, so incredible. I just had lost the dance part of it. And like, I was very much so reminded this past weekend. So, dance your butt off. Just even if it's in your bedroom by yourself, turn up your favorite song that you resonate with and just let it out. Let it out. Scream, cry, laugh, all the things weekends, you guys. Um, Day two shifts, I had some really big breakthroughs with we did this exercise. We did this exercise on like what your biggest trigger is when it comes to what we were working on, worthy of being at peace. Okay. And I didn't realize that sorry, mom, if you're listening to this, I doubt you are, but if you are, I'm sorry. But you, you are very triggering for me. It's obviously kind of hard for me to talk about still, but mom is a really big trigger when it comes to me not feeling worthy of peace. And that is because it's like this, and you guys, I'm getting really vulnerable, and this is me. Hey, hi, it's me. Humanizing, right? My mom does this thing. I don't think it's consciously. I really do think that it's subconsciously because I do know that my mom loves me so much and she cares about me so much and she wants the best for me. And also, she triggers the fuck out of me when she makes me feel like I am not doing enough, like I am not where I'm supposed to be, like I could be doing better, like what I'm doing is not going to get me anywhere. And the reality is that is the farthest thing from the truth. I am helping hundreds, thousands, one day millions of people. I know that what I am doing is life changing. I know that what I am doing is so important. The work that I teach is so important. And one day it will be mainstream. I know it. And it is different. It is unconventional. I don't have a 401k. I don't have benefits. I don't have, you know what I'm saying? But like, I do have time freedom. I do make my own schedule. I do help so many people who were past versions of myself. I inspire people. I help people heal. Like there's so, I can go on and on of why that is so far from the truth, but she still triggers me and I still do get triggered, right? It's still a thing. So when we are triggered, and trigger, all that means is it stirs up an emotion inside of you. It makes you feel some sort of way, right? So she just makes me feel some sort of way sometimes. And so we did this exercise where we got into a group of three and I told my group members what are things my mom would say that would trigger me. And they basically embodied like they embodied my mother. Sounds crazy. And it kind of was because I felt like she was literally in my face talking to me. And they were just super fucking triggering. Like they were just telling me, all the things that my mom tells me. I won't tell them to you guys, kind of guess from what I've given you. And they were just in my face telling me all the things that she would say. And the first time that they did it, it had to be you acting as if not saying anything, but like reacting in your body how it made you feel. So, like, where is it? So, like, did it make you feel small? Did it make you like cringe? Did it make you want to walk away? Did it like, how did it make you feel? And then that's what you did. You like, did you embodied that like feeling. You just kind of took it, what she was saying. Second time they did it, they say the same things and talk about, they talk about, or you're supposed to, they say the same things and then you are supposed to get really fucking angry and feel that anger and let that anger come out. And you guys, when I tell you, I was screaming at the top of my lungs, I was. it was allowed in that house, and it felt really fucking good. And then the third time they say the same things, and you act as the higher version of yourself. So how would the higher version of me react to the scenario that my partners were acting out for me? And when I tell you that this was so healing and something that I really truly didn't expect, but that's because I didn't even know how to put into words how I was feeling in the first place. So then I didn't understand what was happening when like I was feeling this way inside of my body, but then my outside world and and one of the people who I love the most made me feel like I wasn't worthy of how I was feeling, right? And so like that's why this work is so fucking important, you guys. Like the shift that I've had from that, and I'll give you one of them. This is a big one. You guys know that I have been coaching fitness since, I don't know, December, I guess, of last year, maybe October. And I realized that I have this job. I've had this fitness job because, well, one, I love fitness. I am passionate about it. I do love helping others. And also, there's a part of me that was like, I need to have a job for mom to approve, for mom to like think that I'm doing enough. It wasn't for me, it was for her. So, you want to know what I did on Saturday after I quit? I put my 2 weeks in. Yeah. I felt like I was going to throw up. I did. And I haven't told my mom. I didn't. I haven't told her. And you want to know something? I don't plan on it. I just kind of am going to wait for her to figure it out on herself, on her own, and we'll see how she reacts. I am going to react the way that my higher self would because that's what I've practiced. And you guys, that's how you implement what you learn into your real life. So stay tuned for that. Transformations, the shifts, the life changes like crazy. So I also learned in my business, as I don't think I mentioned it in my podcast yet, but like I had just got done with my free 3-day workshop, The Glow Up, which if you want the recording for that, I will recordings for that. It's 3 recordings of just so much incredible information. They're going to be down in the show notes below. You can grab those. And then at the end of each one of those, I talk about a program that I was releasing called Unleashed. This program was a 6-week course, and it jam packed so much, right? Like so freaking much. And the reality is that because I was doing 75 things, I thought everyone else could do or wanted to do 75 things or learn 75 things. And the reality is that that's not the case. Not everybody wants to do 75 things. So like just do less is a realization I had. And I have mastered self-image and self-love. So that is what I'm going to teach my 6-week course on. This Unleashed course, I'm still going to do it, but it needs to be a 16-week course. Okay? Like Unleashed 16-week course. I have just launched literally today. It's Tuesday. My 6-week program called Glowed Up. So the Glow Up is my 3-day free event that I already had. All of that is pre-work for Glowed Up because we are going to get into really mastering self-love and self-image. And I have never felt so good about anything that I have launched in my life. I am so excited about this to see the transformations that these people make. This 6-week course is a self-love and self-image mastery course. And it's basically just me helping guide you to stepping into that version of herself that is unfuckwithable and knows who she is, knows her worth, knows what she brings to the table, and accepts nothing less. sets boundaries, doesn't people please. Like for me personally, self-love and self-image, skyrocketing those, making those a 10 out of 10 helped me get off of my antidepressants and anti-anxiety medication. I was on those for years, and I like off and on antidepressant and anti-anxiety medication for years. And I was on them before I started this work, and 3 months into this work got off of them and literally fucking transformed and have become a totally different person. And I'm so grateful for everything, between conception to now, and learning self-image and self-love, how to skyrocket those, how to get off my antidepressants and anti-anxiety, to not rely on a pill to make me happy daily. Like, that's a huge transformation that I am so proud of, and that I want to help others do as well. This program is giving you tools that I personally used to skyrocket my self-love and self-image, that helped me get off my antidepressants and anti-anxiety medication, that made me feel weak. It didn't make me feel empowered to know that I had to take a pill every day in order to like be happy or keep my anxiety under control. Like, that's just not, I just knew, like, my soul, my intuition, like, I just knew that I didn't need those. And one day I literally woke up and I went to go into my medicine cabinet and grab my medication, and I looked at it and I was like, I don't need this anymore. I am so good. And I just knew. And I intuitively checked in with my higher self, and she was like, girl, you good. And I was like, cool. And then I literally flushed them down the toilet, all of them. I didn't wean off of it. I'm not saying, I'm not a doctor. I'm not saying this is what you should do. I'm just saying this was my experience, and I have never looked back. I am the happiest I've ever been. I am so aligned. I am just good, right? And that's what I'm like, that's what I'm teaching. Literally start crying because of the change that this work has do, right? Like, help me embody like the person that I am today. That's like, this this course is going to transform lives. And I'm just really freaking excited. Start on May 15th, and all the details are going to be in the show notes below. So if that is something that you sound like resonates with you, if you want to get into that, like, just go sign up. This is going to drop tomorrow morning, which means Wednesday morning. And this program is on sale for 48 hours. The price is going to go up, which means that on the 18th at midnight or 11:59, the price will go up. So it will not be what it is now. It's $598 now, I think. And then it's going to go up to $700 on the 18th. So 3, 2, 1. So that is all I've got for you guys today. I really hope that you resonate, you learn, you grow. Maybe you do some internal seeking and healing, and maybe you grow, because it's pretty life-changing. And thank you. Thank you guys for being here, for being a part of my podcasting journey, for being a part of my journey. And if you don't already follow me at I almost shouted out my old Instagram handle. New Instagram is at Mikaela Filar. So Mikaela Filar. And please come follow me. Please let me know what you thought about this episode. Leave a rating and review if you feel called. It means so much to me. It helps my podcast get into the hands of who it is meant to, in the ears of who it is meant to get into, this message. And I love you guys so much. Hope to see you inside of Glowed Up. I hope you get the free 3-day content of the Glow Up.